Welcome back to another Secrets of the Pros. On behalf of the Department of Youth Services, I am your host, Andrew Rayburn, mixing master, engineer, and musician. And we're going to be talking about, I'm happy to announce, guys, that Studio One 4 is out. This is Studio One version 4. This thing has a major facelift. And also I'm going to talk about the new track that I built in it. Featuring our new artist, a female artist, Lady Infamous. And we're going to be showing you about some low-end techniques, secrets of the pros that these guys don't tell you. Well, if you look on YouTube now, many of them are revealing it now, but these are the trick that they use. But before I jump into that, just going to give you a little run-through of a Studio One 4. I have the mixing window here, which shows the sends and the where I can write my notes, a lot like Pro Tools. And some of the features I like about it is we can now push the ripple edit button, so we can move around the arrangements and stuff like that. We can also utilize the brand new Impact XT, and I'm going to show how cool this thing is. So you might see a picture of Beyonce here. This is from the cover art on YouTube, End of Time. And Impact, this thing is crazy. You can dash any samples in and turn it into an instrument. For example, I can go ahead and bring in my own sample, just like Contact. I can go in drum, let's say drums, maybe a wave here, and I can drag that into a sample XT. Let's bring that in. Let me bring in okay, there it is. Let me bring in a sample XT, and I'm gonna drag in the sample, and if I hit the key, let me change the output here so you can hear. It's mapped already to your MIDI keyboard, so you have that freedom to create. Now here's the fun part. Let's say I wanted the part from Beyonce, just the chop ups, right? I'm going to play a little bit of the piece. Let's say I wanted to take that thing and make a beat out of it. I've already dragged the video file, which you can see over here, and I use this button to export audio. So I'm going to take Beyonce's song, and I'm going to drop it on sample T, on sample XT, and I'm going to use the shift button, and this sample T is going to analyze the song and chop it up into drum parts. So let's go ahead and do that. There you see quickly it already maps out the parts. So if I take my key, if I go on Impact now and take my key, my MIDI keyboard, I can hit each sample now, right? This is how powerful this thing is, guys. You can literally take any sample, and with a little bit of EQ and effects and stuff like that, we can use Beyonce's song as a drum pattern. But we're not going to get into that. We're going to jump into the new song from Lady Infamous. This is her artwork. The demo is going to be released soon, so you guys can support the artist here at DYS. So let's give a little spin here of Lady Infamous song.
You don't know that Lady Infamous. I come for lock off the world, cause it's a must. Inna you me put me trust, you too bad, so you need figure. One thing me know say, only God come first. My life done enough for play with. Don't you play with my feelings, boy. Go look another girl for stay with. Cause you know me look good and fine. You say you never did care about me, but you
So that's a little demo piece of the upcoming new artist, Lady Infamous. Now, I'm not going to jump much on the keyboard. We're going to focus on the low end. So let me quickly go ahead and show you guys, if you don't know the secrets, what these guys are doing to get that massive low end. Now, you all know about parallel compression. I'm going to turn off my chain here for one moment here. And I'm going to bring up my kick and bass. So let's do that. And I'll show you guys how we get these things to fit together. So here is the kick that I started out with. Let's bring in the drums. As you can hear, this 808 bass is coming from Future Pop. And it's already gigantic, but we want to control the low end. So I have the EQ here, and I'm going to be dipping out a large amount of 500 and running off some 65 just to make room for the kick. So there it is with EQ before. And on the kick itself, I'm going to be parallel compressing, right? So here's our move. Let's start off with the kick drum. I already roll off some low end from the bass. It's about 65. You might say, Ray, that's ridiculous. You're killing the bass. Let's show you how these guys are doing these things. This is just an example. So I'm rolling off 65. And I'm going to be also putting a multi-band compressor on the bass. And this is compressing about 250 there about. Just to keep the bass intact. Now check out this move here. I learned this from Warren Hort on YouTube. He mixes also for a lot of big international artists. I'm sending the bass through a DI. So I'm actually having a auxiliary bus over here. Let's just find it real quick. There it is. And this is coming out of the bass aux. So I'm going to be sending it through a guitar amp and another EQ rolling off some low end here. Let me play that and let you hear what it sounds like. This is to get the bass big and beefy, right? So that's before, this is after. Little subtle effect. You hear more mid-range. If I turn up the treble. Off. On. Now you might say I'm rolling off about 184, which you might say is ridiculous, but check this out. My bass is actually coming through the music aux, right? It's coming through here. The reason why I'm not sending it through the bass auxiliary aux, because if I do that, my high passing is going to be affected. So basically I'm sending the bass out through the music aux, and the copy signal is coming through a bass aux. So it's separate signal, so it's left unaffected. The only thing that is happening on the bass here is the 60 kilohertz that I'm rolling off. So this is what that sounds like. A little more controlled. And I'm using a limiter as well. Now let's bring in the kick drum, which I'm parallel compressing. I'm going to engage the kick drum, which you hear is getting a little bit lower now. I'm going to put the EQ on it. Rolling off a little bit of 46. I'm dipping out about 110. That is a very well-known formula frequency to cut room for the bass. I'm knocking out some 500 and a little bit of mid-range here. And that is what that sounds like. Notice that the kick drum is blending nicely with the bass. And nobody's fighting each other for the low end. So now on my chain here, I'm just running it through the SSL on the main kick auxiliary track. I'm gonna be boosting a little bit of 50, about 6 dB. That's what that sounds like. Off, on. Also, I'm using the multiband compressor here. So I'm mashing a little bit of a 59 here, keeping it under control, running it through the SSL. I'm just using this for a little bit of color, you can see, pushing a little bit of volume. And if I compare that with the other sounds, there you have
kind of blessing,
that big bass feel, right? I'm bringing the
feel
vocal.
like I want a man that can keep me happy, not only when I'm sad. Make me feel like I'm the only girl that he have ever had. Everybody needs somebody, and that's just the way life is.
Then I just have a little bit of guitar here, you know, creating some stereo, running it through amplitude, a SSL channel. So that's it, guys. Just want to leave that with you.
Me don't want no infidelity.
You can also pick the key here with Studio 1.4. So just giving you guys the updates, and Studio 1.4 is out. Be sure to check it out and look out for Lady Infamous demo mixtape on this song, Schemes. She is our new female dancer artist. So we're going to be catching you on the next one. Subscribe to our page. Let us hit 400. We're going to be releasing those videos showing you all the in-depth mixing process. So catch you on the next one, guys.